this is the horrible shit. I'm going to say shit because this is honestly a vile video. I'm not going to show you any poop or anything, but this stuff... It's only been about 7 weeks since I got my gallbladder removed, and this time I am doing a vlog on my colonoscopy. This is my 6th colonoscopy, and I'm 29 years old. I've basically had ulcerative colitis since back in 2012. That's high risk for colon cancer, so they do screenings every 3 years. But I also just got diagnosed with primary sclerosing cholangitis, and so now I get to have colonoscopies every year. So I thought I'd take you along on the joys of the prep and everything to do with it. Today's my last day eating like normal. I'll show you my last supper and then take you along on the journey. Traditionally, I call this the Last Supper. It's a little sacrilegious, but whatever. Tonight, I'm going to have my favorite foods. So I'm having Ruth's Chris steak, like I'm just making it at home. I'm gonna have au gratin potatoes, and then for dessert, might do homemade ice cream, because that's all I can have until I start a clear liquid diet. And let's just be a little bit real. Like, this sucks, honestly. But overall, what I'm trying to do is make this process the easiest on me as possible by sort of treating myself throughout. It's my prep day. I'm breaking out because I'm so stressed about this. It sucks. Last night, I was able to eat like normal. A few days ago, they told me to start a low fiber diet, so like avoid things with nuts and seeds. But now I'm on a complete liquid diet. I haven't had anything yet. It's like almost 7 a.m. My plan today is I teach a couple students, so I'm starting at 7:10 a.m. because I'm like, let's just do it while I'm still feeling semi-normal. I usually can intermittent fast pretty well, but most of the time I eat breakfast. And so in this case, I'll be skipping breakfast for 2 students, and then Kyle teaches for 1 hour. We got subs for the rest of our classes. And then we're going to head up to Salt Lake because I live 2 hours away from the hospital that I get all of my procedures done at. It's the only one I trust, the University of Utah Healthcare. I seriously love it. And so we have to drive up to take Stella and Mickey to my mom's house, and then she's passing them to his mom's house to sleep over. And we're going to stay in a hotel. Kyle and I are both Platinum Marriott members, and so we were able to already get told that we have an upgrade. So I think we have a nice corner suite for the night, which will be fun and helpful and maybe a little bit of like a moment of creating my own sunshine, even though it's super hard right now. Alright, so I finished teaching those 2 students. I'm having breakfast. It's a Poppy, just because I have to start clear liquids. And for some reason, right before I have surgeries, I always get the hiccups. Like, watch my last video. I had the hiccups in that too, and it wasn't colonoscopy prep either. So I don't know if it's just like an anxiety thing or what. But oh well. Kyle has 1 student, and then we're heading to Salt Lake. We're on our way. We're just checking in, and honestly, driving was hard because there's a lot of billboards out there with restaurants, and they all made me so hungry, and I still have only had drinks is all. I'm gonna go have some chicken broth. So have a nice kitchen so that I can make myself chicken broth and jello and store my popsicles and also my colonoscopy prep solution. A little living room area, but it's floor to ceiling windows. Views of Salt Lake are awesome. I honestly miss going to school at the U. So much, I think about it all the time. And there's the Capitol. Here's a bathroom with a shower and a sink. I guess we have a double bed, which works for me, especially if there's like any messes or things tonight. My breakfast was Poppy, and I had a popsicle because I'm allowed to have that too. So now I'm going to make some lunch, but let me show you what our kitchen looks like in our Marriott. Here's the fridge. I filled it with popsicles, and they said I could eat Italian ice as long as it didn't have red dye. I got myself some Sprite, some more Poppy because I'm obsessed. I was like, treat yourself, and I got myself some ramune, some Italian water to help me stay hydrated, some local apple cider. This is the horrible shit. I'm going to say shit because this is honestly a vile video. I'm not going to show you any poop or anything, but this stuff, I don't drink Gatorade unless I have to do colonoscopy prep. It's so gross, so I'm gonna have to mix a whole bunch of Miralax with this and then chug it down. You'll see. So I'm gonna cook myself some chicken broth. I brought some here. And then I'm also gonna make some Jell-O because I can eat both of those things. They just said no red dye, so I was able to get this berry blue. It has blue dye, and they said that that is okay. And then let me show you all of the horrible medicine that I have to take to purge my entire digestive tract. And honestly, colonoscopies, I've had some really bad ones, like the procedure itself, but also just like the recovery and the prep. The prep is the hardest part. Every single colonoscopy I have had, the prep has been hard. So this is what they told me to take. At 4 o'clock, I have to take this Ducolax. At that point too, I'll also mix the Miralax, this entire container. So there's 14 daily doses, and I'm gonna be chugging all of that tonight. I'll put that in the Gatorade, and they said put it in the fridge so that it's easier to drink. They said if I don't have any bowel movements to take this, which I don't have that problem, so I doubt I'll need it. This one is just in case I have a stomach ache. I don't know if I'll need it. They also said to take Dramamine if I get nauseous, and that has definitely happened. I treated myself to this manicure, a pedicure, this nice hotel room, because honestly life is really hard and you gotta do what you gotta do. Let's get comfy. This was my fit teaching today though. I basically cheated wearing these bone pants. They're pretty much pajamas. Here's my comfier look. If you followed me along on my last surgery, it's pretty much the same. I've got my Gap sweats. This time I'm wearing some slippers because I get to just stay home for a little bit. I of course have my folklore cardigan and Mickey. I've got my broth. I'm gonna have a little bit of a Twilight mini marathon, watching part 1 and part 2 of Breaking Dawn. Just making the devil's juice. It's said to take, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm saying Dulcolax, Dulcolax, I don't know. How many? 20 milligrams? So I'm taking 4 tablets with Ramune. So it begins. Okay, I'm gonna take a nap until it's time to start chugging. It's almost 6 o'clock, which means I have to start the chugging. So I need to drink this entire thing within an hour. I do it into small chunks, like let's do like 1/4 of it now, and we'll see if I can drink it in 15 minutes. And then we'll do another 1/4, and then another 1/4. But basically my favorite way to do it is to just literally chug it like it's a party drink. And I'm not a party girl. The only things I've chugged in my life are colonoscopy prep, and also one time I had to chug this drink for a CT scan so that it would paralyze my insides. So here we go, let's do it. Bottoms up. I'm I'm not gonna do it that fast every time. I just wanted to show off. Guys, it's so hard. How in the world am I supposed to drink? Is it like 64 ounces or something? Okay, I'll check back in 15. I don't know if I should eat other things between this so it's not so intense. So I'm gonna try this blue Jello. The Jello is not substantial enough. I don't think it's gonna help. I just want to get this over with. It's so bad. Let's do it. When I was a kid, I would like beg my mom to have Gatorade, especially the yellow one. And now that's like the only color I can use for colonoscopies, and I absolutely hate it. It makes, like, even just the thought of it when I'm not drinking it makes me gag. But I saw some other people who had to do colonoscopies just drinking this in water. The hype man showed up, but the thing is, he didn't see the last one where I just went hard. Take 3. We can do hard things. I really don't like it. We'll be back. I said we'll be back because I thought I finished it, but I didn't.
You thought you drank it?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just forgot. We didn't realize that I was supposed to be taking simethicone. So I need to hurry and take that. We're like 36 minutes late on that. It's the last one, and it's a miniature one because I've been overpouring, I guess, which is always good. It's better to be overpouring than underpouring. I finished. At this point, I'm going to probably just take a shower and just let everything happen, and I'll keep you updated as things progress. My update for you is that it's 8 almost, and I still haven't had any bowel movements. So it's kind of stressful. I'm able to go to the bathroom 4 times, and it's 9:15. They said they want me to go 6 times by the time it's 10. But I'm feeling like I might need to take a little bit more of the laxative, plus my zit is giving. Another way I love to treat myself is with spa nights, so I'm going to do one. Today I'll do one of my Japanese rice masks. They're amazing, they're viral. You need to check them out if you want smooth skin that's hydrated. This is a dry brush, so I just brush my body before I get into the shower. This is a scalp massager that's made of jade. It promotes good circulation, super relaxing. I have a little dissolvable shower steamer. It's a eucalyptus mint. I'm at 5 bowel movements, and here's my fit. Gotta use my comfort shirt and my comfort cardigan. What a night. Okay, so I told you guys I was going to bed, and then I kept having to go to the bathroom pretty much all night. I think I've gone like 10 times since I started drinking that drink, maybe even more, maybe like 11 or 12. But I was also throwing up a whole bunch, and so around 1 o'clock I naturally woke up, so I started drinking the drink that I needed to finish, and then I ended up puking a whole bunch after that one, which that's what always happens. I am fine up until the second drink, but honestly the hard part's over, so now I'm gonna get dressed, look a little cuter, covering up these zits, and get ready for the hospital. Here's my fit check for heading to the hospital. Got my white Nikes, some black Lulus, a Zara peacoat, and my sweatshirt that says "This is me trying." Feels fitting. I always wear it on hard days. It is so early. We left our hotel at like 5:50, and now we just dropped Mickey off. We weren't planning on keeping him originally, but I needed that extra comfort from him, so he came with us to the hotel. And now we're dropping him off at Kyle's mom's house, and we'll head our way to the appointment. And overall, basically, just since I haven't had very many calories, and I've like thrown up and pooped all of my calories, I have no energy right now. Like, I feel absolutely exhausted. And then the other element of it is they make you drink things in the middle of the night. So I was up pretty much all night just drinking and pooping and throwing up. We made it. We made it. I'm so tired. Gotta get dressed. Look how cute I look. I'm ready to go. Doing good. I'm just still waking up, so my eyes feel heavy. And I'm like trying to wrap my head around the concept of having to be a mom today. It really sucks. I wish we had help, because this is so hard. And Kyle has to teach like all day after this. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good actually. Last colonoscopy, I was super intoxicated after it. This one was good. This is the easiest part. The hardest part is the prep. So if you have to do this, you're gonna be just fine. I did want to talk about another thing that I do to kind of help the process. This is recorded after the fact, by the way. But one thing that I do to help the process is I will write a little tiny message on my right butt cheek, because when you have a colonoscopy, they basically have you lay on your side, your left side. You're hooked up to an IV on your right side. You have a whole bunch of heart rate monitors strapped all over your chest and your back. And then they have you using an oxygen, like this nose stringy, you know what I mean? And so I'm usually laying on my left side, and for comedic relief, the jokes that I usually crack are around the holiday season, since I tend to get them in December. So one time I had to get it on the 21st, which on the pagan calendar it's Yule, so I put Yule tidings on my right butt cheek. One time I wrote "don't open until Christmas" on my bum. And then another time I had to get it on Christmas Adam, the day before Christmas Eve. So I wrote "Merry Christmas Adam." This time I ended up having to go with a new doctor that I've never seen before. Typically I try to have an all-female healthcare team, but since this colonoscopy was so last minute that they needed to get me in, I had to just go with somebody who had an open schedule. So I went with a guy named Dr. K. And usually I see the doctor, Anne Flynn. She's amazing. That's why I felt hesitant going with anybody else. So my comedic relief, I was maybe going to write on my right butt cheek, Anne Flynn was here. And then I decided not to, because I was like, what if he thinks I'm weird? Like, I don't want to be like a weirdo. And so, but then I was inside the prep room with the anesthesiologist, the attending nurse that got me ready, another nurse that was helping Dr. K, and they were all getting me hooked up and everything. And I was like, yeah, usually I write little messages on my cheek. I'm like, have you ever had that happen before? And they're like, yeah, sometimes we'll get like "Merry Christmas" or like "Happy Halloween" or something like that. And I was like, well, I was going to write "Anne Flynn was here," and then they all just started dying laughing. They were laughing so hard because they knew that Anne Flynn was my doctor before this. And then Dr. K walked in and he was like, why is everybody laughing? And they were like, because of what she was going to write on her butt. And then they told him and he started laughing too. And now I wish I would have just gone through with it. I hope that's one of those stories where they go home and they tell their significant other I hope I made an impact in their week and maybe in their career.